Hi everybody, it's Shannon. Um, Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about, or to, the newly diagnosed people with cancer. I've had a couple of messages from some people who are pretty newly diagnosed and they seem to be struggling. And here's what I would tell you from my personal experience. What you're feeling right now does not last. It gets better. It does. You know, when you first are told you have cancer, it feels like you get the wind knocked out of you. And then, kind of, once you get to your feet after that, you know, you're kind of like right here. It just felt like panic and fear. Fear over, death, fear of leaving your family behind, all sorts of things creep in. I remember, gosh, for the first probably 3 or 4 weeks, I don't think my feet hit the floor in the morning without the first thing that I thought of was, oh my gosh, I have stage 4 cancer. That doesn't last forever. I know every day that I have stage 4 cancer, but I'm living with it and I'm fighting it and it's okay. So that just panic and fear that just kind of sits right there on your chest, it will dissipate. It will lessen. It will go away with time. So don't think that what you feel right now is how you'll always feel, because it's not. It does really get better. I will say you kind of have to come to terms with the whole being scared of death thing. Because, it's true. Stage 4 cancer, you talk about, walking through the valley of the shadow of death, there you are. But for heaven's sakes, keep walking. Don't pitch a tent. That's not good. So you just kind of have to learn to live with it. And once you kind of process all that, and it takes different people different amounts of time to process everything. But I feel like once you kind of process everything, it becomes a lot easier. And it just becomes your new normal. And it's okay. And you're dealing with it, and everyone around you is dealing with it. And you realize, I can do this. I can do this. This is okay. The tears, I won't say that they ever go away, but they lessen and they become different. I think in the beginning I was crying over what I felt like was, over me and my situation, and the fact that I wasn't maybe going to be there to see all the things that I wanted to see. But in actuality, none of us are given a lifespan. We're never promised however many days. Nobody is. We could all die tomorrow from something completely unrelated to cancer. You just never know. So once you process it all, it does become easier. The other thing that it makes it become easier is once you can start fighting something or doing something, whether it's surgically or with chemotherapy or radiation, and then it kind of more, for me, felt like, okay, I'm actively participating in this battle to save myself. And that helped a lot for me. Whether it was, after the surgery, I can get up and walk. How many laps do you want me to walk? How many, around the hospital? How many times do I need to go to chemotherapy? What type of dose do I need for that? Those types of things do help you feel a little bit more of a sense of control over your life, because when cancer comes along, you feel completely out of control. And for a lot of things, you don't have control over. But some things you really do. So the tears lessen, the control, you begin to feel more control over your situation, which is very helpful. I would say if you don't trust your doctors or like your doctors, go get some second opinions. because it's important that your doctor kind of match what you feel about how aggressive you want to be with your treatment, and that sort of thing. I was, my colon surgeon was the one who referred me to my oncologist, and he said, I'm referring you because he's extremely aggressive. And that to me was important, because for me, I'm okay with being aggressive. I'm okay taking chances with different things, which is why I decided on the liver resection instead of the Y90 procedure, which is, has a much less side effects and things that could go wrong, less recovery time, all that kind of stuff, but it's not as aggressive as what I wanted to be. So I think it's very important that you find some doctors who match how you feel and how you want to proceed with your cancer treatment, because it truly is your treatment. You have a lot of say in what you want to do. There are lots of people who choose not to do chemotherapy at all, because they, for one reason or another, they don't want to. There are lots of people who turn down radiation. There are some people who would rather have chemo and radiation than have surgery. So everyone's different, and you need to make sure you find somebody who also understands and can go along with kind of your philosophy towards your treatment. And it's important to be, you are your best advocate. Do some research. I've watched a whole lot of videos about different things, especially about metastases towards like liver and lungs. That's how I learned that it was my liver that was going to kill me. My lungs weren't going to kill me. So that's when I decided that I wanted to be really aggressive with the treatment of my liver. So make sure your doctors are on the same page as you are with regards to your cancer treatment. The last thing I would say is there are a lot of stressors that go on with having cancer. And there are lots of things that are not within our control. How your tumors respond to the chemotherapy that you're on. Some do really well, and some don't. And you don't have any control over that, and nobody knows how you're going to really respond to that until you're on the chemotherapy. When you have to have scans, your CT scans or your PET scans, every 4 sessions or every 6 sessions of chemo, we all get nervous about those things. And all those things that you can't control, you just need to pass off to God or the universe or Allah or whatever higher being you believe in. You just give all that to them, because you can't do anything about it. And quite frankly, the stress will kill you. So don't do that. Cancer is not a death sentence anymore. So don't die before you're dead. Live as long as you can and live your life the way you want to live your life, even if you didn't have cancer. I hope that helps the newly diagnosed, because that truly is probably the scariest time in the whole process. I know it was for me. So if you're out there fighting, keep fighting and stay strong, and every day you get the opportunity to choose your attitude, and you can choose to be positive every single day. So be positive, my friends, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.